we are not involved in this, won't be involved in this. I have no interest in getting involved in some type of manufactured circus by some Soros DA, okay? He's trying to do a political spectacle. He's trying to virtue signal for his base. I've got real issues I got to deal with here in the state of Florida. We're obviously shutting down CBDC, which is important. We've got so many things pending in front of the legislature. I've got to spend my time on issues that actually matter to people. I can't spend my time worrying about things of that nature. So we're not going to be involved in it in any way. I'm fighting for Floridians, and I'm fighting back against Biden. That's what I do every single day.
Okay. We actually haven't talked about Ron DeSantis and his response today. Mike Cernovich, creator of Hoaxed, and also he has a Substack, which you should go check out. He and I actually see this differently. Mike, I personally think Team DeSantis made a huge mistake by making a statement at all. I think the whole Team Trump make a statement. Where's Ron's statement? Was obviously just them goading him into making a statement so they could mock him for the statement and make it about DeSantis. You think his statement sucked, though. The floor is yours.
That last paragraph is what did him in. Everything else before that was great, but you have to know, as you know and I know, every time you talk, how are they going to clip this? And that last paragraph makes him look like he's capitulating. So the reason we disagree is actually interesting because maybe I'm more of a cynic than you, which I did not think was possible. So hear me out. When is Ron DeSantis ever going to have an opportunity to say, oh, poor little Trump, he's being prosecuted. Let me, someone who won re-election in a record landslide, let me make sure that Trump's due process rights are protected. Let me make sure that everything is on the up and up and everything is clear. That would have enraged Trump. That would have been what people of our age and generation would call big timing, right? We all know that guy where you say, oh, I remember I went on a vacation one time to Paris, and they'll go, oh yeah, but I stayed at a better hotel, and have you ever had this or have you ever had that? So this was DeSantis' opportunity to say, look, Donald Trump is a Floridian. I am the governor. I will ensure that his due process rights are protected. And what's Trump going to do? He would be furious. Now, here's what you got to understand. The MAGA influencers are getting under the skin of DeSantis and his little online army. And I'm, of course, in the middle, right? Because I'm friends with people on both sides and they're snipping at each other. And it's gotten pretty dirty. So, for example, DeSantis was not allowed as a college-aged man to go to the party of college freshman-aged women because now we're the left. And if you're doing that, of course, you can't do that anymore, which is bizarre considering Trump's was in a Playboy video with people of similar age. But so that whole thing is stupid. The DeSantis people have therefore lost the plot, which is you don't issue a statement to pander or placate the bad faith attacks by the MAGA influencers. You issue a statement to show that I'm the governor, actually. Let me remind you that I have the power here and I'm the governor and I'll make sure that I protect poor, helpless Donald Trump. So that's why I'm more cynical than you.
No, I don't think so. And I don't disagree with that at all. I guess my thinking on it was this. I have watched, and I know you've watched this, you talk about this all the time. I've watched Republican after Republican. It's virtually all of them. From Trump on down, they'll dance when the media says dance, and meaning, hey, denounce this. Do you denounce white supremacy? Why haven't you denounced this? Do you denounce this? And Republicans will do this all day long. And even when they get annoyed, they'll frustratedly say, yes, I denounce it. Can we just change the subject like some hissy fit little teenage girl? He should have known, Team DeSantis should have known that the Team Trump people were obviously going to use whatever he said to make this story about DeSantis and somehow glob some of this stain onto him. I don't disagree actually with what you just said about what DeSantis should have said. I just argue the only way to win that game is not to play.
Oh, no, the way you win that game is you position yourself as the national leader taking on the Soros DAs, which is what he did. The whole first part of the statement, amazing. He leaves that first part of the statement, which is, hey, let's talk about these selective prosecutions. Let's talk about the Bolshevik tactics. Let's talk about the Stalin show trials. Leave that last part open, because then what the media would say is, oh, so Governor DeSantis, are you saying that you will not allow Trump to be handed over? Let them start that fight. And now you're at the center of it, and you're not arguing about Trump. You're arguing against the Soros DAs, and you're saying, why is it that Semitic criminals are allowed to run wild in New York? Why is it that the left claims that they support bail reform and defunding the police, but now all of a sudden they don't? They want violent criminals to attack you. So Trump is a pawn in your game if you're Ron DeSantis. If you're a king, right? If you're a king, and that's how you have to think if you want to win. If you're Ron DeSantis, you want to be the king. So then you have to make Trump your pawn. How do you do that? Well, now it's you versus these Soros lunatics in New York. And then when they go, DeSantis, so you're saying then that you will not turn him over. Let the media play into that. And then you go, hey, why don't you interview Alvin Bragg and ask him why all these anti-Semitic lunatics are putting people on stretchers and paralyzing people, and you don't even care. And then now you've won the positioning. And then the Trump people are going to snip at you or whatever. But you're talking about a different conversation. So everything in life, from mindset in your own life, to narrative driving, to positioning, is how is it that I get my message out, and how is it that I pick fights that I can win? This is a fight that DeSantis can win. So he's not picking a fight for Trump. He's keeping Trump out of it. So when they keep badgering him about, well, you're claiming then that you're not going to hand over Trump, you say, look, we're talking about Soros DAs here. Show me your coverage of the Soros DAs. And then you've elevated that conversation, and you've made that the discussion. That's the positioning that you want to take.
Support the First TV today and get instant access to exclusive specials like Who is Ron DeSantis? The history of FBI scandals and America's worst presidents. Visit thefirsttv.com/support or download the First TV app to become a supporter and start watching today.